We making moves. We making major moves. We making moves. We making major moves. We going all in, like we got nothing to lose. We making moves. We making major moves.
What is up, everybody? I'm Mr. Men. Welcome to my channel. If you are new to this channel, thank you for stopping by. If you're a recurring person who comes and stops in and catches the gems that I drop, thank you. I appreciate you for coming, and if you're new, I appreciate you for coming as well. So on my last segment, I told you I was working on a timeline for you guys, and here I have this timeline here now. And these are all based off of the findings that I have collected. And I've made these all so they are clickable links, right? And it'll take you to the pages. Like here's Twitter, and it's just more of a corroboration with what I'm stating that this timeline is. So you can go and check it, verify it for yourself, make yourself familiar with it, and use this timeline, because these are things that are coming in. These are PDFs. They are links to other blogs. They are videos on Twitter. There are videos on YouTube, and with timestamps there too. So that way you're not just reaching out there and trying to figure out and have to watch a 45-minute video. I've done all the watching. I made it easy for you guys. So here we go. Mr. Man's road to crypto adoption. This is my road to adoption. Okay. Right down to Basel III, right down to the re-evaluation of crypto and DeFi 2025. The new US note, $10 notes coming out. Then we have 2028 adoption. Like it goes through as much as I could put onto this little timeline. All right, so I'm going to leave a link for that for you guys down below. That'll be in my Google Drive. You could just download it from there. I'll make it shareable for everybody. Moving on. So here we go. We're talking about the road to crypto adoption. This is in 2021. This is an analysis put out by Chainalysis. And of course, they are the crypto analysis company for cryptos of all cryptos. So, over the last year, cryptocurrency has become a more mainstream asset class, with an inflow of institutional dollars driving Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies to record prices. With that, plus the OCC's announcement last year that banks can provide cryptocurrency custodial services, we expect to see more mainstream financial institutions incorporate cryptocurrencies into their service offerings for both retail and institutional clients. Some banks have already begun this process and have either launched cryptocurrency programs or announced their intent to do so. The banks haven't even began this in Canada. We're so far behind. But many more are evaluating the market and considering how to productize offerings around this emergent asset class. That's why we've created the crypto maturity model. Now, a lot of the videos I've seen, they say we're reaching the halfway mark. 2025 seems to be the maturity of cryptocurrencies. A roadmap for financial institutions to offer cryptocurrency products. The maturity model defines an iterative path for cryptocurrency product rollouts, enabling financial institutions to evaluate market opportunities while in parallel addressing regulatory and compliance requirements. So I do want you guys to know that when regulatory requirements are here, because they already are here, and adoption begins to happen, just because it happens and this company might adopt particular crypto DLT and this company might and that company might, doesn't mean they're using it company-wide. They might be using it internally for their crypto flows, inner flows in the back office at that point. They might be using it to pay their team, their employees. It doesn't mean that their entire corporation is using it all over the world, right? It doesn't mean it's going from them to us now, from business to retail, from B2C, from business to customer. Doesn't mean it's doing that yet. So when it comes to adoption, it's going to be a slow thing until it's not. There's always that slow accumulation stage, as we've seen, following XRP, XLM, XCC, and then that J curve finally begins to go up. And when it goes up, it just shoots up. All right. So the crypto maturity model. So, level 1, open for business, allow retail banking customers to send funds to crypto businesses. Business banking service for cryptocurrency businesses and investment banking, FX swaps, global settlement services for crypto businesses. Level 2, synthetic cryptocurrency products. So you're purchasing crypto futures at that point. You have an investment vehicle, for instance, like the Bitcoin Trust through Grayscale. You have, there we go, the crypto ETFs, which are coming out now, actually. Let me show you this. All right. So here on X, my man Twice posted today, the court said, pull the trigger. Let's see what it has to say.
Approval process going for a spot Bitcoin ETF. I know you're facing a window in early January. What does that look like?
Well, Sarah, we have, I think it's between 8 and a dozen filings. I'm a chair of a commission. I'm not to prejudge anything, so that's going through the process right now. And as you might know, we had in the past denied a number of these applications, but the courts here in the District of Columbia weighed in on that. And so we're taking a new look at this based upon those court rulings.
Market's excited about it. You're referring to the approval process going for a spot Bitcoin ETF. I know you're facing a window in.
So just looking at institutional custodians now that exist. Let's see what we got here. Here we go. Bank camaraderie with custodian. There we go. Nope. Come on. With custodial services for digital assets. This is an old timeline. It's stated it's 2022. It just means that they've expanded more. All right, so here you have some of them. Some of the crypto custodians that exist. Medico, right there. Matako, whatever the heck they're called. All right. Polysign. Yeah, I'm not going to change topics here, but Polysign really has me intrigued. I'm having a hard time determining what's going on with that. But this here, I want to show you guys this. This is the next thing on the agenda here, because we're talking about crypto adoption. But let's continue though. So build a crypto custodian platform from scratch, and then crypto payment services for merchants, crypto rewards cards, which we've seen coming out, cryptocurrency trading desks, and launch a custom blockchain. There's many custom blockchains being launched. Okay, listen to this.
That they're asking are much stronger. I go back, I've been in the crypto world for 10 years. And when you think about back to 2017, 2018, that winter, you couldn't touch an enterprise. Like, they just wanted to stay away. Very few did it. But the questions that they're asking now are much better. And that's what's making this industry even more in vogue as far as what's taking place. And then the follow-up to that I'll close on is, as we head to the Bitcoin halving next year, this will be the first Bitcoin halving that we've ever had where the enterprise actually has a Web3 strategy and they're thinking about it. So the prior one, we did not have that. Yes, there were a handful of companies that were doing it. But overall, it's a bigger play. So it's how do they get into it, what's going on, and from a Blockdaemon standpoint, what are we doing to kind of set up to make sure that we can take care of them in any way that we can?
I think I could add to that from an Amber Data perspective. Institutions, I mean, crypto's actually been around for quite a while now. We're like 10 years in. So I think the early adopters, they're still early adopters, but we're really moving across the chasm. Think of the old Jeffrey Moore crossing the chasm into the late majority. And the late majority in institutions are looking at digital assets as, this is a global platform that I can create financial products and provide financial services to the world. Decentralization is a byproduct of the delivery mechanism by which they can connect to. And as institutions come from TradFi, they have expectations on how do I get my data. And for example, market data, it's incredibly more complicated than I connect to New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ, right? There's much more. There's 30 major spot exchanges that matter. There's 6 or 7 different derivatives exchanges, and to be able to connect to and get the quality, the value, the velocity, the frequency of market data and insights that they need and they expect as an institution, it's really hard. They don't want to spend tens of millions of dollars to do that. Add on top of that the complexity of blockchain data, because a blockchain it's a database, it's an application server, it's an incentivized, crypto economic mechanism that incentivizes behavior. You need to understand the telemetry of all of that to understand time series, who held what when, what's the accounting. You need to understand what are the incentives. You need to be able to understand those are the fundamentals for the valuation of these digital assets. It's incredibly difficult. So as institutions, they expect to have that like they would get from a FactSet or a Refinitiv or a Bloomberg, and it doesn't exist except for companies like Amber Data who've been building this out for the last 6 years.
To piggyback on that too, it's like not only are they looking for that information, but then you have to tap into all their different legacy systems that they have and figure all that out. So how do you make that simple for them to make that take place? So that's a place where Blockdaemon can help out. And I know Amber Data does the same thing,
absolutely.
having worked with you for a long, long time.
Whew. So we heard it there from these two gentlemen that this bull run will be not like the others. One of these things is not like the others, and that is this bull run, because now we have institutional adoption taking place, right? And it's going to continue to take place. And there was a video I had posted on my Twitter. You know what? Let me show you this. So I want you to hear what this gentleman says. This gentleman right here, Chris Southwell or Chris Southall, one of those names. Anyways, he's with the ICC. He's one of the UK treasuries or somebody like of that stature. I don't recall who he is immediately. But listen to what this gentleman has to say. I'm going to put the pieces together. Once these institutions step in, and as that adoption catches like wildfire, this is what's going to happen. Listen to what he has to say.
And the truth is that the trade system is not broken. It's just very inefficient and very antiquated, but it kind of works, albeit it's slow and it's very inefficient. And so I think there is a natural tendency to always revert back to what you know. What we've now got to try and do is try and educate the market to say, actually, we don't need to do that anymore. We can do this so much quicker, so much faster, and so much simpler than we've ever done before. This is a once-in-a-generation opportunity, to put it in context. This is not, something that's a small tweak of the global trading system. This is about a fundamental transformation of the way we trade.
Meaning, don't F around with this, all right, you guys? This is a no-joke bull run here. No joke bull run. Make sure you have a plan and implement that plan, because it's going to get serious out there and cutthroat. You and I don't control this market. We are just market participants, meaning you need to implement your plan as it happens, or else you will get taken on a ride that you may or may not want to be a part of. So now that we're all in agreement that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity here, I want you to hear this gentleman right there. And what I had put in my post when I posted this is that this gentleman here clearly has a grounded understanding of what's going to happen. So he comes from a place of money. What type of place of money? A generational wealth type of place of money. And that's what you and I are chasing down right now. Right? I'm not even chasing it. I'm manifesting this into my life. I'm holding it already. I hold my keys. I hold my crypto. I have my own wallets. I keep them in a Faraday bag. I keep them wrapped in foil. I keep them with my military vest. I'm not effing around here, all right? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Listen to what this gentleman has to say, because it's going to get bad out there. Trust me on that.
Not a technologist. I'm probably the dumbest person on this panel. So I'm just an average guy on the street.
Don't be modest.
Observing and using technology, that's all. And I'm sure that 7 out of the 8 of us here on the stage would say very nice things and good things. So allow one black sheep to give you a little bit of a warning, if you will. Technology is, in my opinion, irreversible. Once invented, it will continue to be extant. But on the other hand, technological effects on persons and on societies can be reversed. By that I mean, since the day of the Renaissance, 600, 700 years ago. Technology went up. And then since the Industrial Revolution, technology went up again. And for the most part, it is for the good of mankind. There are terrible things as well. Weapons of mass destruction was created in this century, but it is under management. So far, technology has been very positive for society and for mankind. However, as I project out into the next 5, 10, 20, 30 years, I see technology taking off as a J-curve, like a hockey stick. And when it begins to climb steeper and steeper, I do worry the ability of individuals like you and me, as well as societies, to adjust to the changes. Just consider OpenAI, what it may do. Just consider the ethics issues in biotech. So I fear that as the J-curve begins to rise, that the effect of technology, which has been until recently much more good than bad, may turn and have a lot more bad than good. My question is, are we ready for it? On globalization, it's a similar thing.
Are you ready for it? If you haven't watched the movie Leave the World Behind, watch it. I'm not even playing around. Watch it. That is like a roadmap of what's coming ahead of us, all right? If you've seen The Purge, you know what's going to be, you know what the end game looks like in regards to The Purge. This is more in depth in regards to the cybersecurity threat that can, may, and will likely potentially exist in our reality here. And should that take place, you better be ready. I don't have a bunker, but I got a generator, I got food, I have a source of water, I have my firearms and my ammunition. I'm ready to go. I will do what I need to do to make sure myself and my family are looked after. And I expect you would do the same. Well, that's what I got for you guys today. I hope you found knowledge and a lot of wealth through this one today. I hope you understand what that J-curve up means, because he was talking about technology. As you hold the technology in your wallets, your offline custodial wallets, and that J-curve for technology goes up, I expect to be on the front of that roller coaster. Love you guys. See you on the next one.
We making moves. We making major moves. We making moves.